Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And tonight we're going to be taking a look at this year's release of Midwinter Night's Dram.
Yep.
All right, Shona, so what have we got here?
We have High West Distillery's release, 2024 release of a Midwinter Night's Dram. It is coming in just like last year at 98.6 proof. We have Act 12, Scene 3.
Nice.
Yes. So it is a blend of straight rye whiskeys finished in port barrels, same as last year.
Okay.
So
last year we were both really fond of this bottle.
We were.
In fact, we weren't able to pick it up locally. Our nephew sent it to us from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Kind of a little treat.
It was like Christmas in my mouth. It
was. We really liked it. Now this bottle, Shona fresh cracked it the other night after I got it. She didn't give me a whole lot of info on it.
Because I just wanted it opened.
Yeah.
Just enough to...
And so I haven't had it yet. Like I said, we really liked last year, so I'm anxious to see what this year's is all about.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Guys, before I forget, if you would hit that like button, cheers. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and drop us a comment. Have you had this, and what did you think of it?
Definitely some spice. Right there. As it...
Yeah, I get some baking spices on the nose.
Definitely.
Maybe a hint of some brown sugar in there, but for me the baking spices is primary.
There's a spice that's really standing out to me on this. It's not a peppery spice. It's more, maybe it's more of a cookie. It reminds me of like a ginger snap almost.
Ooh, I can't go there. I can't do that. Okay.
Like a really sweet.
I'm going to go in, see what it's all about.
Yeah. Here we go.
So it definitely has some viscosity. It coats your mouth really well.
That port is coming through. This is really reminding me, Bryan and I eat these fig bars that we get from Sam's Club. They're not fig Newtons, but they are like a fig bar. And I'm getting that fig taste to it.
Yeah.
It reminds me, it truly reminds me. I may or may not have had one here recently.
You've been holding out on me? Because I thought we were out of them.
No, I have them at work.
Oh, that's why we're out of them here.
Might have been my afternoon snack, but it does remind me of that fig characteristic. But this is obviously spicier. The nose, it just almost smells like the little ginger cookies. Like maybe it's not ginger cookies, maybe it's more of like a animal cracker type cookie. It has like a sweetness to it, but it has a spiciness to it. Is that like a
shortbread? Is that what those are? Kind of like a shortbread? Not graham cracker. They're not graham, I don't think.
I don't know. The nose is nice. I do like the nose.
It does have some nice legs on it. The palate's really pleasant on it. It's peppery. I get some caramel, some vanilla. That brown sugar doesn't really jump out at me on the palate.
No.
It's more of a caramel flavor.
You can definitely tell it's a finished whiskey. I don't know why it's that fig taste. That is what I'm tasting all the way through now. It's in my head, so I'm getting a lot of that. But the spices are coming through as well. They're more of a It's not like a peppery spice. I would still go more that ginger type spice, and it's really nice.
It is. We've had a lot of stuff since we had this bottle last year. A lot of different stuff. So when I say it's thinner, I don't want you to think it's like drinking water. But it has a lot thinner body to it than a lot of the stuff we've had.
Here lately, yes.
Recently.
However, it still hugs. The finish
and it's
is
still
lasting.
also sub 100 proof. So it's not up there where you would expect some of that goodness to really get you, but it still has a really good flavor.
It does. I just throwing out a score there. I would put this right probably at a 76 for me.
I was thinking, actually, a few minutes ago, I was thinking that I was 79.80.
Yeah.
Is where I was at.
You usually do score higher.
Yeah, mine are usually higher.
It is good. The value for $150, I don't know if it is.
Listen, here's the thing. We never want to pay what a bottle costs. It doesn't matter what it is. We never want to pay that. I think this bottle would be a really nice bottle in the $100 range.
I agree. It is good. I'm not taking away from that. $150 good. It's pushing it. This was on my hunt list. This was the last one on my hunt list this year. And so I definitely wanted to get it. I'm remembering last year's being a little bit better. So I already pulled that down so we could kind of compare them.
A little side by side.
I would like to see, it's been a year. Let's see if my memory, I remember putting it on my hunt list because I really enjoyed last year's.
How specific did you want to get? Do you want a jigger?
No, we'll just pour a little bit in there. So last year's is the same proof point, finished in the port barrels. A blend of straight rye whiskeys, finished in port barrels. Act 11, Scene 9.
So, to go along, I guess I'm thinking about this while you're talking about last year's bottle. To go along with the price point and everything we were saying about, $100-ish, it would be a really nice bottle. This bottle dropped on a Saturday, and I was able to get it on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, and last year we couldn't get it at all.
Which is very uncommon for a name. You hate to put it that way, but honestly, it's a name. The names go. Right. As soon as they hit, they're gone. So
I will tell you that last year's nose is just a little bit sweeter. The baking spices and stuff are coming through. Of course, it's been opened up a lot longer too, and it's half a bottle.
It is sweeter. Last year's is sweeter on the nose.
Mm-hmm. Last year's is better, guys. All kinds of notes coming through. It's, you know what? I described it this way last year. I'm going to describe it this way this year. The 2023 one is Christmas in your mouth. You're getting the spices. You're getting some chocolate notes. You're getting the port, the figgy type note coming through. You're getting,
we've heard it. There's love-hate relationships with this bottle out there.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to last year, last year was the first we'd ever had of this. Even today, we've not had anything pre-last year.
Right.
Everybody had said, I don't know if I want that bottle this year. This is talking about last year, because we used to really like it, but it really seems to have lost something. Well, then the reviews last year on that bottle, everybody was like, hey, they've turned this thing around. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's going south, because there's things about this bottle I like better now that I've compared them side by side. To me, yes, this is sweeter. Last year's is sweeter. It actually feels thinner to me than this year's. it's you pour it in my glass, I'm going to drink it every time. I mean, I'm not going to turn it down, but I won't say that they've lost whatever they got last year. They didn't turn around and go back the other way, I don't think.
I would agree. I feel like last year's has more flavors that unwrap in my mouth, on my palate as I'm tasting it. That's why I think I like last year's better. This year's, when I was tasting it, and I'm going to taste it again, I was just getting that port taste, that fig type taste all the way through with some spices. I didn't get that chocolate note, and I didn't get, all the fun notes that I got on last year's.
I get that. I think that I don't get all the spice on last year's that I got on this year's. I got more sweet on last year's. Didn't get a lot of sweet on this year's. This year's feels, viscosity-wise, feels a little thicker to me than last year's. Both great pours. They really are. I don't remember, even though that was shipped to us last year, we still bought it. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember what we paid last year for it. Was it the same price last year? Mm-hmm.
So, honestly, as it opens up a little bit more, I think if we would go back to this bottle in another month, maybe around the holidays, I think it's going to open up even more.
Yeah, right, because now, how did it change in a few days since you
it was really, when I took the neck pour, I will tell you it was really kind of a hot taste. Now, it wasn't the Kentucky Hug or anything, and it's only around the 98.6 proof, but it was like a spicy hot. I can tell you that it's opened up a lot, and I'm not getting that as much today. You still get a lot, but I think a lot of it is because it's a rye.
And that's only 4 days. 4 days it's been open.
Right. Now, the biggest question is, am I going to put this on my hunt list for next year? I think I'm going to try it again next year.
Yeah, I don't think it.
I think I'm going
it's to. Nowhere near a point where we're like, yeah, we don't want that anymore.
No.
It's nowhere near that point.
I'm going to taste, before, we disclose our hunt list early next year, I'm going to have this several more times over the holidays. So we'll see if it's definitely going to go on next year's hunt list. But right now, I'm thinking it probably will.
Yeah, it's not a bad bottle. It really isn't.
No, it's.
And I can see why last year, with no more collection than we had at this point last year, why we were so excited about it.
Oh, absolutely. Because
it was a really good bottle versus anything we had at that point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, High West puts out some great things.
They do. We really like.
We do enjoy it. It's like everything. You have hit and misses, but I'm not going to stop buying High West. The bottle is just amazing. I love the little air bubbles in the bottle. Pretty. Joking.
She's not joking. We all know Shona likes a pretty bottle. That's right. Okay, so overall, I would say this year's bottle is a win. Maybe not fireworks and all the stuff, but it's a win. So I think that's all we have.
That is.
So thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, be safe.
Thanks, everyone.